All right, peoples, I have a quick update here for the truck. We are not going to get to put the bigger turbo over here, on the Coronet, because my buddy got the turbo back faster than normal, and we pretty much decided he doesn't want to fuck with it, just wants to put that other turbo on, erase it for now, see how it does, maybe change the cam before we experiment with the turbo. So I will put this turbo on the truck. So I got this is a shitty way to do it, but it'll be certainly the easiest way to do a quick comparison. This is a T4 to T6 adapter. So what it does, these work, we've used them before, they work great. It's threaded, so you get, see, this is actually pretty nice. You get these 3/8 screws, and you put a short screw, about that thickness, into the plate, bolt it down, and then bolt the T4 to the other side, and it'll, you can bolt this to the T4 and bolt the T6 on top, and it'll only add, like 3/4 of an inch to the height, and we'll see how that big ass turbo fits in there if it doesn't hit anything, because what I might need to do is weld like an up pipe, put by the second one of these plates, and go in between this to move the turbo somewhere suitable. And it would be nice to not have to rebuild my entire tank, and I know I'm gonna probably have to cut a little bit more of that to fit that big ass turbo down in there. So we'll see how it all works out. That's fine. Trimming more of this, there's really nothing there. But for the first test, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna pull the hood off. I might have said this already in the other video, but nice to update it. We're just gonna pull the hood off, and that's got a 5" to 4" reducer on it. And I'm just gonna get a 4" 90, and we're gonna go bloop and just come straight up out where the hood would be, not through the hood. I don't want to ruin the hood on this. So we'll see how that works out, and check the power and have some fun with it and see what it is. I mean, I really like the truck how it is. It makes power instantly. It's so punchy with this small turbo, and I know I'm gonna lose it with that. But what this test is about, for curiosity, is what is this turbo capable of? How does it do on low boost, on, junkyard motor and everything like we normally do? So that is the curiosity point. So that's what we want to test and see. But that's it for now. So everybody wanted, I said I probably may put this turbo on the truck later, but that's going to happen sooner. So the other test that we're doing Saturday is, we always laugh about how ugly this pipe is with this 90 here. So what I did was I bought a straight coupler like I should have from the beginning. Now this comes straight out, and then we built a beautiful, like it has a nice 90-degree transition and then another 90-degree transition. No hard edges here, no hard edges here, here, and then no 90 in. Like a really nice blended pipe. What we're gonna do is take the truck over to the dyno and make like 3 pulls on low boost, whatever it happens to be that day. We're gonna leave the truck on the dyno, swap out the intake pipe with the pretty bends, and then we're gonna do another 3 pulls, and we'll average both and see if there's a difference between shitty and pretty live on camera. That'll be nice and neat. So as soon as that happens, Saturday night, I can start trying to put that on if I'm not busy doing burnouts or something else. So that'll be neat. And then depending on the weather, I may just want to make a pass. The track should be open. It may rain, it may not. There's a lot of maybes. I fucking hate being so, at the will of the weather and everything else. But Sunday, it would be really awesome to take this truck out to the track and make a pass or two and just see how it works traction-wise and how it runs on like low boost or 14 pounds or so. So we'll see if they even let me in. And then at the very latest, probably Sunday night, I'll start putting that big mamma jamma on here and figuring out, exactly how much ruining stuff I have to do, because here's the issue, is if it's close to that oil cap, I gotta make a pedestal and I gotta bring it up, which sucks because, I have some room. If it's too tall, it's gonna hit the fucking hood. I can cut, probably this ribbing would be in the way. I can cut the ribbing out, but I don't want to cut the hood open and everything, and it kind of ruins it for me because it's so quiet and it has that cutoff and everything else, and it has a tailpipe, and it's really, really awesome and drivable the way it is, and I like it 100% right now. But I do want to test that turbo, and I don't have anything else to put it on. So I'm kind of at like a crossroads here. If I start putting that on and I want to use that and everything else, I mean, there is no room. There's no room. This downpipe is almost up against the last primary. It's almost up against the frame rail, and that's a 3-inch pipe. A 4-inch is going to be really difficult. We're going to have to cut the frame or something and notch the fucking frame to fit 4-inch. Or we're going to have to make these like hard aluminum, bring them farther forward if the turbo will let them fit, and we're going to have to bring like the 4-inch exhaust out the fender, which I don't want to do, but one thing I would consider is some sort of cutout. Do like a 4-inch here and have a cutout so I can shut it so it's not obnoxious and blowing exhaust fumes into the car. I can shut it and still do 3-inch underneath, and then when I get to the track I get like a blast gate style thing or a cutout or something, maybe even the 4-inch, you know, opening cutout, and just blow it out the side here. Shit, I might even do the 5-inch because at that point, you know, it's gonna be coming out here. I could do the 5-inch out the fender, but you know, again, that kind of ruins it. It's not a flat out, it's a street truck, it's not a race truck, and having it loud as fuck with the exhaust out the fender, you know, is a different class. She's classy right now, believe it or not, and I don't know if I want to go full retard, because sometimes when you do that stuff you don't enjoy the vehicle as much. Right now you can drive it, you can sit and idle. You can idle for 15 minutes in a parking spot and not stink and smell like fumes and regret having the exhaust coming out of the fender. So it's all up and down. I don't know what the hell will happen. Another thing is how far does this tire go in? Can it go on the outside of the frame rail? I mean, there's a lot of questions at that point, so that's why it's just coming out of the hood. But this is kind of getting to run on, so I just figured I'd give you that update for now. That's what's happening. That's the next couple days of worth of activities I'm trying to do. So that's a quick update.